Hello, everyone. 2025 is shaping up to be an incredible year for gaming, but with so many titles dropping, there are some gems that you might miss if you're not paying attention. Tales of Iron 2, Whiskers of Winter, is a remarkable adventure game, offering a thrilling challenge through its engaging combat mechanics, stunning art, and immersive world building. Its powerful story tugs at your emotions, while the game's clever rat puns add moments of humor throughout the journey. As a sequel, Whiskers of Winter builds impressively on the foundation of the first game while standing strong on its own merits. The introduction of elemental spells and the thoughtful rebalancing of certain features make for a natural and welcome evolution. New locations and characters enrich the experience, all enhanced by Doug Cockle's memorable narration. However, the game isn't without its flaws. An overabundance of frustrating flying bosses and Arlo's limited moveset occasionally hold it back from greatness. Despite these issues, Oddbug Studio continues to craft something special with the Tales of Iron series, and I'm excited to see what adventures they bring us next. Virtua Fighter 5 R.E.V.O delivers technical, no-frills arcade combat at its finest, and this polished PC port has the potential to introduce the game to a whole new audience. While not a revolutionary overhaul, R.E.V.O enhances an already outstanding fighter with sharper visuals, rollback netcode, and refined combat. These improvements create a smoother, more competitive experience, especially in online play. However, some players might find the lack of new game modes a bit underwhelming. Even so, this remains one of the best 3D fighting games ever made, a brilliant tribute to its storied legacy and a promising glimpse of what the series' future could hold. At its budget-friendly price, it's a must-have for both longtime fans and newcomers looking to experience top-tier fighting action. The greatest strength of Citizen Sleeper 2 lies in its story, sci-fi world, and memorable characters. It paints a convincing vision of humanity's future, reminiscent of The Expanse, but with Earth and Mars replaced by rival megacorporations. The game thoughtfully explores compelling themes like digital consciousness, identity, and the conflict between nature and nurture. Where the game stumbles a bit is in its presentation. For one, there's a heavy reliance on text, and the experience would have been elevated with quality voice acting. Additionally, while the game tells deeply personal stories, its distant, detached visual style sometimes undercuts that intimacy. You often view locations from an overhead perspective, which makes the environments feel removed from the narrative's emotional weight. More 3D animations or artistic depictions of key settings, like shadowy alleyways or the decaying corridors of an abandoned spaceship, could have drawn players deeper into the world and enhanced the game's atmosphere and immersion. Freedom Wars Remastered brings the beloved Monster Hunter-style action RPG to modern platforms. Originally a hit as a Vita exclusive in 2014, it stood out thanks to its unique, persistent world mechanics and dystopian sci-fi setting, offering much more than just a nod to its influences. I spent about 4 hours with a preview build on PlayStation 5, and after an hour of reacquainting myself through the tutorial, I dove back into high-level operations. Over the next 3 hours, I tackled instanced missions, battling massive, monster-like machines and rescuing civilians, all while accidentally adding years to my prison sentence with some reckless behavior back in the Panopticon, the oppressive city-state you call home. For those unfamiliar or in need of a refresher, Freedom Wars takes place in a far-future dystopia where humanity fights over scarce resources. You play as a sinner, a prisoner sentenced to 1,000 years of servitude, working to reduce your sentence by undertaking dangerous operations and contributing to your Panopticon survival. Team Ladybug knows exactly what makes a great Metroidvania, and Blade Chimera is set to deliver thrilling gameplay, stunning visuals, and heart-pounding boss battles. Thankfully, it avoids the momentum-breaking puzzles and unnecessary playtime padding that often weigh down games in the genre. Blade Chimera is an outstanding action game, offering everything fans have come to expect from Team Ladybug: fluid movement, a versatile attack system, and the signature MP and HP regeneration mechanics. It's a significant step up from their previous title, Record of Lodos War, and stands proudly alongside Touhou Luna Knights. The game's pixel art and design are breathtaking, making it one of the most visually striking entries in the Metroidvania community. Despite their pixelated form, the bosses feel remarkably alive, brought to life by their creative design and engaging movement patterns. With its polished gameplay and visual excellence, Blade CHIMERA is poised to become a standout hit for both genre enthusiasts and newcomers. Guilty Gear remains one of the most underrated fighting game franchises out there, and I say that as someone who once overlooked it myself. Whether it was a fear of not being skilled enough or just not being in the right mindset, I didn't give it the attention it deserved. But after diving into Guilty Gear Strive, I'm thrilled to say I absolutely love it. Though it has its share of flaws, they're far outweighed by its breathtaking art, electrifying soundtrack, imaginative character designs, solid netcode, and its impressive balance of accessibility and depth, all setting a new standard for 2D fighters. The story is crafted for fans familiar with the long journeys of its core characters, and it's worth the effort to catch up. Once you understand their struggles and growth, Strive's narrative becomes even more compelling. Told like a binge-worthy anime, its story mode is entirely gameplay-free, offering a unique storytelling approach rarely seen in fighting games. It's clear that the team at Disaster Games drew some inspiration from Hollow Knight when creating their own game, Morkull Ragast's Rage, though I wouldn't exactly call it a graceful arrival. Morkull Ragast's Rage is a tongue-in-cheek action platformer starring an edgy god of death and darkness who's fully aware he's in a video game and wants to escape. This sets him against the game's own programmers and fuels a lot of loud, Deadpool-style humor. That said, the comedy never really clicked with me. It didn't feel particularly clever or engaging, more like being edgy just for the sake of it. But comedy is subjective, and not every game needs to aim for highbrow storytelling. In fact, maybe fewer things should strive to be Shakespeare. I've seen so many takes on Hamlet at this point that they just leave me exhausted. YOBARAI Detective Miasma Breaker is simply stunning. I've tried it out and really enjoy the storyline, the controls, and the various animated sequences throughout the game. YOBARAI Detective Miasma Breaker feels very much like the popular roguelike light titles from the last generation, with powerful power-ups and a wide variety of weapons to choose from. The game is highly recommended, and I can't forget to mention the extra touch of its beautifully refined pixel art style graphics. YOBARAI Detective Miasma Breaker is an all-around action shooter that highlights the thrill of taking down waves of enemies. The game follows a quest-based structure where you complete quests, earn rewards, and use them to level up your characters for the next challenge. Defeat enemies coming at you from all angles and enjoy enhancing your characters as you progress. It's an exciting experience with plenty of action-packed moments. The core gameplay of Synduality Echo of Ada is solid, engaging, and entertaining, but it could benefit from more content. The monetization system feels aggressive at times, and the game doesn't always respect the player's time. The way Game Studio and Bandai Namco structured the game gives it a free-to-play vibe, which can be off-putting for some players. That said, Synduality Echo of Ada is still an intriguing game worth giving a chance. While it can be repetitive, it becomes strangely addictive. Its unique world and the desire to uncover more about its lore can make up for the grind and early frustration, especially when you lose everything due to overconfidence. The game's premise is quite fascinating. Set in the distant future, humanity has been nearly wiped out by a mysterious blue rain that kills humans on contact, while turning animals and plants into massive, aggressive threats. To survive, people now live underground and use giant mechs called cradle coffins to explore the surface and gather valuable energy-producing crystals. Your task: venture above ground, collect resources, upgrade your base, make some money, and escape before the local creatures turn your cradle coffin into a grave coffin. Cuisineer is a delightful game that cleverly blends restaurant management with food-themed action-adventure in a fun and charming way. With its lovable characters, hilarious moments, and engaging gameplay, it keeps you entertained for hours. And honestly, who knew fighting food could be so enjoyable? Its blend of humor, creativity, and deliciously quirky challenges makes Cuisineer a game that comes highly recommended. But be warned, those lunch rushes can get hectic. Hungry customers can be pretty demanding. While there are a few minor imperfections in Cuisineer's mix of dungeon-based action and restaurant management, these small flaws don't detract from the overall experience. Battle Brew Productions has crafted a wonderful game with appealing art and a relaxing pace, making it a perfect dish for cozy game fans. In Cuisineer, you explore a delightful world, diving into dungeons, battling monsters, and collecting essential ingredients to cook delectable dishes for your restaurant. It's an adorable, roguelite dungeon crawler that combines tasty adventure with culinary creativity. This dimension is unlike anything in game industry. A vast number of unique Dogoos have appeared, threatening to overrun the land. To escape this bizarre realm, a lone rider embarks on a quest to explore the mysterious world and find a way out. Players can choose from 6 different characters, each with their own strengths, and ride across the land on their trusty bike. Your mission is to collect as many varieties of Dogoos as you can while navigating through 15 stages filled with these adorable yet troublesome creatures. As you progress, Uzume must also figure out how to snap her friends out of their odd obsession with Dogoos. Collecting Dogoos is easy, but stealing them is a whole different challenge. Some characters excel at close combat, while others specialize in long-range attacks. Understanding each character's strengths and weaknesses is key to becoming a skilled Dogu bounty hunter. Despite their squishy, cute appearance, Dogoos can be menacing. Each type has its own behaviors and effects, both positive and negative, which you can use strategically to your advantage or even throw at your opponents. The Stone of Madness is a real-time tactical stealth game set within an 18th century Spanish monastery, nestled in the Pyrenees. This decaying Jesuit monastery houses a madhouse and an inquisitorial prison, where 5 prisoners, each suffering from cruel punishment, madness, and despair, must work together. By pooling their skills and resources, they face their deepest fears, resist insanity, uncover the monastery's dark secrets, and search for a way to escape. Escaping such a heavily guarded and foreboding monastery is no small feat, but Agnes, Leonora, Eduardo, Amelia, and Alfredo are determined to break free. Players alternate controlling all 5 characters, each with their own upgradable abilities. These abilities allow them to cast spells, assassinate targets, distract enemies, stun malevolent spirits, access hard-to-reach areas, and more. As you explore the monastery, you'll need to cleverly combine the characters' unique skills to find clues and gather tools scattered throughout. However, be cautious. If you're caught in the wrong place, the guards will show no mercy. WARSIDE is an exciting, fast-paced, turn-based tactics game that delivers thrilling gameplay with a single-player story campaign, multiplayer support, and a built-in map editor, ensuring the battle for supremacy never stops. Choose your commander, assemble your forces, and fight your way to victory. The game captures the essence of classic turn-based tactics games, offering an engaging story campaign, unique commanders with varied playstyles, powerful battle powers, and a diverse range of terrains and units. Engage in epic battles with artillery, tanks, submarines, and warships. Command the skies with fighter jets and bombers, and lead specialist infantry like snipers, medics, mortar teams, and saboteurs to strategic victory. WARSIDE features intuitive turn-based gameplay that feels familiar to fans of classic tactics games. With 12 playable commanders, over 25 unit types, and the ability to battle across land, air, and sea, there's always something new to explore. The game includes diverse biomes such as forests, deserts, and snow, plus the toxic wastelands. Challenge others in multiplayer, design your own maps, and immerse yourself in over 30 single-player missions. In Phantom Brave: The Lost Hero, the story follows Marona, a young girl with a unique gift, the ability to communicate with phantoms. She journeys through the oceanic world of Ivoire, helping those in need. However, when a fleet of ghost ships led by spectral pirates attacks, Marona must team up with her new ally Apricot to gather the legendary crew that once defeated these ghostly enemies. To face this challenge, Marona recruits phantoms, binding them to various objects, combining them with gadgets, and even merging them with herself to unlock powerful abilities. This allows her to unleash devastating attacks and fight against the mysterious shipwreck fleet. Alongside her loyal phantom companion, Ash, Marona's journey takes her across the treacherous seas, where she must use her wits and strength to save Ivoire from the ghostly menace. The game offers a unique combination of strategy and action, making every battle an opportunity to experiment with different abilities and tactics. Ravenswatch is an exciting top-down roguelike action game that merges intense real-time combat with engaging, deep gameplay mechanics, offering an experience that promises high replay value. In this game, players are thrust into action-packed battles that demand quick reflexes and strategic thinking. Each run is unique, with procedurally generated elements ensuring that no two playthroughs are the same. Following the success of Curse of the Dead Gods, Pastech has returned with a fresh new formula and a completely new gaming experience. The game offers flexibility by allowing players to enjoy it solo or with friends in co-op mode, supporting up to 4 players. Whether you prefer to tackle the challenges alone or with a team, Ravenswatch delivers an exhilarating adventure. With its combination of challenging combat, character progression, and dynamic environments, Ravenswatch is set to captivate both solo players and those looking for a cooperative experience. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, give us a like, tell us your favorite game in the comments, and check the description below for great offer links.